Hello and welcome to day. I don't know what day this is anymore. Help, I lost track of everything. so, as you can see, I've been preparing for my Valentine's Day illustration. I haven't really been filming, recording anything just because it's, it takes a lot more effort for me to record anything. And I've been kind of busy with work and just recording and streaming in general with the other channel. So I didn't really have time to really set up anything. But here, yes, but I did have time to draw, right? Again, the goal isn't for me to put out one video every day. That's not the goal. My goal is to just draw once, right? At least every day. And right now I have 1 hour and 40 minutes of work, so you can tell I put it in. I put in the work. So yes, right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to what was I gonna do? I forgot. Right, I'm just trying to straighten out the line art because the line art is killing my eyes. So I'm still trying to decide on what I want to do for a lot of what is going on here. Right. Oh no. Okay. So I've been thinking about this for so long. So if you don't know what I'm drawing, it's obviously two hands together. They're never really fully intertwined, mainly because the two okay, so I'm going to give a full lore recap of what's going on. So this is based on Opus Echo of Star Song, one of my favorite stories. I played the game fully on whatchamacallit, on my other channel, which was like 12 hours long. So that's gonna take a while if you want to watch through it. But I think it's a phenomenal game, phenomenal music. It's actually, it's not so much of a game as it is like a visual novel with gameplay elements. So I digress, but whatever, right? So during that time, right, I was like, man, I really want to do like Opus related stuff. So I was like, what if I folded like a flower origami? But then I never did that, which means I should probably do that soon. At some point, maybe I'll post like an origami thing here, or on my other channel, one or the other, really doesn't matter. So, and then I was like, oh yeah, so I never did that, unfortunately. And I was like, oh man, this would be such a great Valentine's Day illustration, but it's also so heartbreaking. So, right, the full work recap. So these two characters. How do I explain lore without you guys knowing the lore? Like, it's such a long process, right? So these two characters, they're reincarnations of older primordial gods, basically. Also, there should be a spoiler warning. I'm really sorry. So the reincarnations of two gods who could never really sort of be together. So the main female lead of the game. So she was so she, in her past life, right? I assume that they're alluding to the fact that they're reincarnations. It's never fully confirmed, but it's alluded to the fact that they were reincarnations of those gods, right? So she dies, right? And then so she's like the god of song, the goddess of like earth and all that stuff. Like her death like creates like flowers and all that stuff. Like she's capable of like creating life and all that stuff, right? While the guy is like the god of the sun and all that stuff. So millennia after that, they're reborn, presumably. Again, this is not like confirmed, but I assume that they're reincarnations because it's heavily alluded to the fact that they're reincarnations, right? So I'm so bad at explaining this lore. I'm really sorry. So then they're together again, right? Technically, but then the girl dies, so they're never together. Which I'm like, okay, this is sad. This sucks ass. Let my homie, let them be together. What the hell? So they're never together, which I'm like, oh man, this sucks ass. Wait, I don't know why I erased this, because I needed this actually. Yeah, I definitely needed this. Wait, how many fingers? I can't even tell anymore because I'm getting lost with the amount. I should have painted this on 2 separate layers, but I didn't because I'm stupid, because I didn't predict that I would need this. can you tell I'm like, God, I'm like ADHD pilled right now because I can't even focus on anything. Like I'm trying to like explain lore, but I'm also trying to focus on drawing. It's like I'm going insane. Help. Oh my God. Yeah, I should probably redo everything with like the proper like thing, because okay, so these two characters can never be together, right? It's their second lifetime. They find each other and they're still apart, which is so annoying. Because give my homies a happy ending, right? Okay, this is part of like my tendency to be like the hopeless romantic or something like that. So whatever romanticism or whatever crap I'm on, whatever. I'm losing it. I'm losing the sauce, right? so I like the theme of like star-crossed lovers and all that stuff because it's stupid, but also it's like, let me indulge in a bit of fantasy, right? Before I return to the single life. So there's that, right? So these two characters can never be together, and so the point is that their hands are never fully intertwined because she's dead, he's still alive. At the end of the game, well, at the start of the game, it's fully revealed that she's gone, but then at the end, it's like revealed that they're still, in like when the planet's lores, it's like it's revealed that their separation ended somehow, right? Because they somehow found each other through the use of the Star Song energy or whatever it's called. I'm so bad at explaining this. I'm really sorry. It's been like 7 minutes. I've not been able to find out how to properly explain this. Okay, just know that two characters can never be together. One dies. She's essentially a force ghost from the past. Good. Okay. Now we're caught up. Okay. So the only character that I'm going to fully draw in color is going to be this hand over here, the right hand. Well, technically that's the left side. Yeah. So that's the only character that I'm going to fully draw. So that's going to be full opacity. For the girl over here, Ada, so the guy's called June and then the girl's called Ada. So the girl is going to be at like 50% opacity. She's like a force ghost, like I said, right? They're connected through like mystical Star Song energy. And yeah. Oh my God, I'm absolutely losing it, right? So contrary to this guy's line art, which I'm going to paint in purple because that's my usual line art color, her line art is going to be in this greenish, glowy greenish color, which is like sort of the main energy color of the game, right? So that's going to be her line art color, and she's going to be sort of translucent, like I said, because she's not fully there, right? So yeah, that took way too long. Holy crap. I am so sorry for the fact that I cannot English at all. What the balls? Okay, there we go. I forgot how I did this, right? So I'm gonna draw. So right now it's just my sketching phase. I'm still within my sketching phase even after like 2 hours. So yeah, honestly, sketching is probably one of the things that take the most amount of time on, just because it's like just sort of it's sort of something that I'm like I want to nail down first. I know a lot of people would be just a bit like more sort of loose with their sketching, but I kind of like the fact that it is like I kind of like the I kind of like the sketching phase a lot more than the actual drawing and rendering phase. So interestingly enough, her sleeves are kind of rolled up. No, not here. Ay. There we go. You're a bit closer to here. Why are you here? What happened to you? Oh, right, because it changed this to like vector erasers. Oh, God. Okay. Right, so now that we're caught up with my babbling, because I can't not babble, apparently. Right. Okay, so this is too puffy. I'm going to change that afterwards. I don't want it to be too puffy. As much as I like my puffy clothing, I do not want this to be too puffy. So it is puffy, but it is not puffy as well. Can you tell I'm struggling right now? What is going on? That's probably because I've been working too much. I have not been working too much. I've just been really stupid. But yeah, as far as I can tell, there isn't really any character sheets for this, so I'm just sort of gonna have to guesstimate what's going on there. Then again, I'm just drawing sleeves. I'm literally just drawing sleeves, because I originally wanted to draw Ada's hair there, but the problem with Ada is that her hair only reaches up to her like mid bicep. This is her forearm. There's no way her hair could appear there unless like I changed the length of her hair. Which I'm like, oh man, I like drawing hair. Let me draw hair. I mean, certain iterations in yeah, in certain iterations, her hair is slightly longer, like it reaches about her elbow, but still, it's not there. But God, I cried so much during like Opus Echo Star Song. Like it is not fair. Why did I cry? I don't know, because I'm sad and I like being sad. So yeah. Right. So the point is that they're supposed to be kind of connected, but not quite, because they are forever not connected. That's the whole point, right? It is that even though they find each other, they're still going to be separated, which is tragic for an illustration. So their hands are not fully intertwined. Like June's hands here, I purposefully made it so that it sort of just loosely collapses Ada's hands, and then she's sort of just slipping away, but they're still sort of connected. That's like the whole point behind this, right? So yeah. Also, the line art for this section is kind of I mean, the line art in general for the game has always been kind of jagged-ish, right? So it sort of is yeah, not the line art, but like the art style is kind of more on the blockier side, I want to say. So yeah, it is slightly more like so, right? I cannot form a coherent thought right now. I don't know why. And that's pretty much all the details. I mean, I could draw like June's like coat, because it does fall to his knees. So it, like, theoretically I can draw his coat, but at the same time I also don't want to, because from this perspective, theoretically, you can actually see their bodies there. You can absolutely see June's thigh over here and Ada's like thigh over here, right? Because that's the correct perspective, technically, right? But I don't want that to be the focus. That's not the main focus of this, right? The main focus should be their hands and the fact that they're still technically connected, but not really. That should be the main focus of everything, right? So that's the main focus. So I don't want to add the coat or their legs, just because it's a composition decision that I'm making. Executive composition decision, let's just say, because why not? Oh, that's a huge ass marker. That's fine. So right now I'm just refining all the sketches, and I'm gonna call it for today's video. I'm still gonna work on it on my own time, probably, if I have time. Who knows, I might need to record some stuff, but yeah. Cause I gotta go work. But yeah, I'm zoinked out of my mind right now. Holy crap. I don't know why I'm suddenly. What is going on with me? Can anyone tell me why I'm like zoinked? So, what I'm thinking is that you have a field of flowers here, right? It sort of just goes up to infinity, up to like here, right? Up to like here, because that's the whole point. Like it eventually just fades away into like the horizon over here, right? And then we have we have like the flowers here in like the main focus over there. And it's not that I don't. Okay, so let me walk you through my creative process right now, because even though it's not worth anything, so originally I want to have like, how do I? Because if I, here's the thing: when you hold someone's hands, right, it's always either to the side, or like, it's never to like, you're never the palm of your hand is never facing the front of you, right? It's never facing the front of you. It's always either to the side, or it's like hand in hand and your palm is facing behind you, right? And I didn't want to draw the back of the hand, because that doesn't look nice. That looks really stupid for all intents and purposes, right? So I was like, I can't draw them from the front. Like, that's stupid. I don't want to draw them. I can't draw them from the front. As much as I want to draw them from the front, it's like I want the main thing to be their connection. That's the main thing. It's Valentine's Day. That's their connection, right? So I couldn't do that. The other thing is, so I had to draw them from the back. The thing with the back is that, man, as much as I like drawing hair and all that stuff, I also like drawing eyes, and I can't draw eyes because they're facing from the back unless they're like weird creature that has like eyes in the back of their heads, right? So I can't do that. So I'm like, oh, what can I do? What can I do? So I couldn't do much about that. So I had two choices. One was that it's either a faraway shot with both of their figures sort of on a cliff, holding their hands, and then they're overlooking like a field of flowers, which was honestly one of my original intents. I was like, okay, what if I drew them like on a cliff, they're overlooking like a field of flowers, they're holding hands, and that was it. But then it was like, do I really want that? Like, it's fine, but also, it's like, it's not really, like, I just didn't really like that as much, because yes, it is like inherently like a romantic scene or whatever, right? And it does represent the game well, but I don't know, there's just something, I think composition-wise, it's relatively plain, too, because you're just on a cliff and you're just overlooking flowers, and it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, not that this is any less plain, but but then it would have been pretty, like, I wouldn't have had to make, like, any creative decisions here. I had to, like, make the conscious decision to be like, okay, I'm not drawing the legs and all that stuff. Like, I had to make actual notes on what I want to do composition-wise, which is rare. It's honestly rare. And honestly, like, I don't really like drawing characters, full body characters, without drawing their faces. Like, I like drawing part of what makes character illustration so fun to me is just drawing their faces and all that stuff, just because that's inherently the window to the soul, right? That's inherently how you tell that, like, that's how you tell their emotions, even though it's just a picture. So I didn't want to draw full body, and also just having the hands, because there's another challenge in just drawing the hands. How do you convey a story with just hands, right? And so that's sort of like a challenge I set out for to accomplish myself. Yeah, that was a lot to say that I'm not drawing full bodies. that was a whole lot of yapping to say that I'm not drawing full bodies. I know. That was. What am I doing? Help. I'm actually so cooked, guys. I'm actually cooked. But yes, so we're going to draw. We're gonna have like flowers here, right? We're gonna have our flowers here. which are like, I honestly don't know what these flowers are. Like, these are like weird flower thingamajiggies. So it doesn't help that the art style doesn't like fully encapsulate what they look like. So it is hard to know what they are, right? Here, obviously I don't have to draw all of them, right? I just have to draw like some of them. Here, yeah, I'm just sort of randomly drawing a couple of flowers here, honestly. This was the reason why I actually had my flower sketch session, just because like I needed to draw like some flowers here. And then yeah, so then we have like some flowers here, and then we have some grass here, right? So it's just going to fade away from here. So obviously the flowers at the front are going to have the most amount of detail and the shading, and as it moves backwards, there's just going to be like blobs here, right? With like barely any shading, and the grass is just going to be like patches. So here I'm thinking of using the painterly style shading, just because in the game as well, it is the shading is quite blocky as well. I mean, here I can afford a bit of rendering, a bit of smoothing there, but yeah, generally I don't think so all that much. Where is the notification? Okay. But yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to, but obviously the background can't be too plain as well, so I'm trying to think what else we can put there. Obviously we can have, no, we can have the sky. We can have the sky and separating everything, but I want to sort of look at the final scene of the game again. So this is all planning right now. I'm just planning everything. So in the final scene of the game, it is actually just a blue sky in the background with like a whole bunch of petals just flowing about. And I could have like a big petal sort of overlapping everything, right? Sort of at the front of everything, right? Just so then it's like it's not only in the background, it's in the foreground as well, because the flowers are, as they say. So when the catchphrases of the game is when the game's things is that one of the moments in the game, the midpoint of the game is that both characters they connect with each other, and that's how they realize that they care for one another. So Ada promises June to so June's planet doesn't really have flowers, right? They rarely bloom, and even when they bloom, it's very rare. So Ada promises him that, when after all this is over, when we're done our mission, which is finding my master, after that I'm gonna take you back to my planet, where you can see entire flowers, entire fields, entire like fields of flowers, where they're always in full bloom, right? Because again, it's like a very rare occurrence for June. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna bring you back to my planet, and then we can all see where the flowers are always in full bloom. So the quote is, "Unlike your planet, the flowers here are always in full bloom." And yeah, that's a quote. And at the end of sort of at the end of the end of the game, right? They inherently see the flowers together just because of mystic force ghost powers, and the fact that it connects like space and time together. So, yeah. That was such a better description than whatever I had going on at the beginning. I don't know why I was struggling with this. Okay, so now that we have this, I'm also gonna have to do obviously the shading, all that stuff. So I'm thinking of having the light come from the front. So here is the lights, and it's gonna have to come from the front. So it's gonna be directly going at the camera, at the characters, I would say. Which means that you would have a whole bunch of shadow over here. So the shadow would have to be most of this. It would have to be like here, right? It would have to just wrap around here, right? Maybe a bit here as yeah, maybe like it stops sort of like here. So you also have this, you also have this, so it was sort of like this. And then you would have like the shading here. I'm just gonna, you know, it's probably better if I draw the light instead, but whatever. Yeah, sure. So over here, right? Just a slight bit over here. So then her fingers are here, here. Her thumb is sort of hidden there, sort of like tucked underneath, beneath there, because it's slightly turned. They're slightly turned off to the side, so that is something that I have to take into consideration. So, yeah. Okay. A bit of spill light from here. So again, they're mostly gonna be in shadow. I'm trying to think if, I guess it really doesn't matter too much for Ada, but I think what I'll have is that she'll have a bit of a glow, just a bit, so it'll have like some spill over here. So maybe spill here, sort of like just some spill light there. I don't know what I'm calling spill light, because that's like for green screen, but there will be a slight greenish light there, just because she is translucent to some degree. So he is 100% opacity. This will be June, and this will be Ada. I'll put like 75% opacity. And yes, I am writing in semi cursive, just because, yeah. So I think composition wise, that would be it, right? This is like I don't know what this color scheme is, but yeah, right. I'm so sorry, but I need to take a screenshot. This looks like a drawing that we get in a horror game, but this is honestly what you would get from like a sketch, because this is honestly how I sketch things, which honestly isn't bad. Like, I think like sketching, again, it should just be like there to sort of situate you, but yeah, this is my best sketching. So that's going to be, yeah, okay, I guess we can have that. How would there be a gradient? I'm trying to think. Maybe there will be a gradient. Maybe I'll have like a white blue gradient. So white blue gradients. Yeah, okay. So then the flowers sort of just disappear there, sort of blends in the background. Okay. Okay, I think for the most part we have, so here we have two gradients. We have white to blue, right? Which means that the petals will also fade. Fading petals blend here, which means that we'll have two gradients. We'll have one which is details, most details, most detailed to less, right? So we'll have two gradients. We'll have here a lot of details to no details, to a blue to a white where there's less petals. So we'll have two gradients. So then the main focus will always be on here, right? That's for the most part what the main focus of everything should be on. That should be the center point for everything, right? Which, I mean, for the most part is pretty legit, right? Right, guys? Right. It just totally doesn't look like a Slender Man note, right? Right. I'm trying to get like a good angle for this for a thumbnail. Thumbnail, of course. All right, well, I think that about wraps it up for me today. Yeah, this has been, honestly, I didn't even do much. I've just been yapping about things, which didn't really help because I've just been doing random stuff. Like I have not formed a coherent thought throughout this entire like sketch. I've just been like, they can't be together. Something along those lines. I'm really sorry. I can't form a coherent thought right now. I'm a mess right now. Oh my god, because I got work to do and I gotta record more videos. I'm just about that grind set, except that grind set is kicking my ass. So honestly, I'm struggling a bit, but yeah. Okay, well, I think that about wraps it up for me today. Thanks for hanging out with me. This has been a mess. I'm losing it. I'm just gonna go upload this and call it a day and just run away or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Hope everyone has a good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when and where you are. Don't be like me, because I don't know what's happening. Help. Alright, well, take care, everyone. Bye-bye. See you. Take care, and have a good one. Bye.